Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hello, how are we this wonderful morning? Well, not morning, I actually meant to say Monday. But that's how Mondays had y'all messed up. It is so not the morning. We have got to talk about Oprah Winfrey. Shout out to Torian for the name. Miss Oprah. We gonna talk about Miss Oprah. Because her hands are so dirty. Her hands are so incredibly dirty. Oprah's hands are filthy dirty. And there's no amount of admission, coming clean, saying something different that's gonna change that. Oprah's hands are grimy. Let me deal with the thank you very little for kicking off the super chats. Thank you so much for kicking off the contributions. I greatly appreciate it. I am going to share my screen, and I want to share a clip. Shout out to I forgot who I was going to say. But anyway, I'm going to show a clip. I'm going to allow it to run twice so that you can see it and so that you can hear it. So I want my speakers to do me good. Don't do me bad. Okay, here we go.
Many of the myths surrounding Black fathers. It found that the majority of Black fathers...
I'm just going to refresh.
Which debunked many of the myths surrounding Black fathers. It found that the majority of Black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat Black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie. March study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked many of the myths surrounding Black fathers. It found that the majority of Black fathers live with their children. Black fathers are more likely to help their children with their homework, prepare meals, bathe and dress their children compared to fathers of other races. So the absent or deadbeat Black father myth that many in America believe is really more like a lie. March study from the Center for Disease Control, which debunked...
Now, we allowed it to play. We allowed it to play twice. Those were not pictures. She was talking to a virtual room full of Black men. Oprah has never cared about the overall image of Black men in this country. In point of fact, not only has Oprah never cared about the image, it was her platform the way she used her platform, the way she allowed her platform to be used. And Oprah was paid handsomely. Handsomely for her instrumental part that she played in the tarnishing, in the besmirching, in the tearing down of the image of Black men as fathers, as husbands, and as men in general. Okay? So my first issue with her getting anywhere and trying to back it up, backpedal after decades of running down Black men and their reputation and their image. How dare you, Oprah, get somewhere and have the audacity to try now to have an audience with the same men that you have had a heavy hand in ruining their reputation. How dare you try to come clean now and try to tell the truth about the fact that the absentee deadbeat Black father is a lie, when it was your platform and which gave birth to all the other platforms that did the same thing as yours. Tell the world how much of a failure Black men were. Thank you so much, Bureau said Oprah spent the best part of 3 decades perpetuating the negative stereotype of Black men to pander to the misandrous. Any apology from her is disingenuous. Exactly. Oprah's voice was the lead voice for decades. Since the late 80s. She dominated the 90s. She dominated a good portion of the early 2000s. And all throughout her illustrious television career of being a talk show host, of being a highly influential media personality, on into being a mogul of billionaire status, it has been her platform and her name that was used to perpetuate the narrative that she now want to get somewhere and say that it's now a lie based on the study performed by the CDC that talks about Black male involvement in their children's lives. I'm going to just make it real for y'all about where they be getting this absentee father stuff from in the first place. They like to say that Black men aren't a part of their children's lives, mainly because these children are being born, first of all, out of wedlock. Just because the man is not married to the woman or does not live with the mother doesn't mean that he doesn't have a relationship with the child. But it's easy to put that in black and white. It's easy to pass it off on a piece of paper that if he's not here living with the child, then that's supposed to mean that he is not actually fathering the child either. See, those numbers can be easily manipulated. that because he's not with the mother, that somehow he's also not with the child. And that's not necessarily true. The other thing, the reason why this is unacceptable from Oprah. Oprah needs to go somewhere and sit down and enjoy the 30 pieces of silver that she received. We don't need you now trying to come out and talk about nothing because your influence is gone. So now we don't need that. But back when your influence was at the height of its game, when she was at the height of her power, when she was at the height of her influence, when Oprah's name meant something, when people were clamoring to get their idea or their product or their whatever on Oprah's favorite things. Because if she merely mentioned you or she merely mentioned your business, it was going to see an increase. If she merely mentioned any of your merchandise, you was going to sell out of that thing. Thank you, Miss Lou Casely. So when she was at the height of her influential power in the media, she participated in all the things she could have participated and attached her name to and attached her brand to. She attached her brand to bringing the color purple to life on the silver screen. The color purple. A book written by a feminist. A book where every single portrayal of black men was problematic. There was not one upstanding, righteous, good black man portrayed in the entire list of characters. That's what she participated. She's forever linked to the color purple among other projects. Forever. Harpo Studios. Okay? She acted in the movie. Okay, she interviewed that lady multiple times about that book and about other books, spreading these feminist ideas, these lies about black men and black women and the dynamics between them. It was on Oprah's platform where the gender war was born between black men and black women. Let's say it. It was on Oprah Winfrey's platform where the seeds was planted of the gender war between black men and black women. She expressed it. It was on her platform where it gained full expression. Black women were able to get on that program, get on that platform, and talk cash, money, crap about black men. Anywhere from them being absentee fathers, to them being abusive husbands, to them being down low men. Every negative trope, every negative narrative that you could think of and apply to black men was applied. It was either said by her directly, or it was said by the guests that she had on that show, or it was implied that black men were subpar in their manhood. They were subpar as fathers. They were subpar as husbands. They were subpar as providers. They were subpar. And it was those things that went into the subconscious of black women. Generation X and subsequent generations of black women was ruined because of that. You don't tell me to sit somewhere and talk about that was a lie. We know it was a lie. It was a lie you perpetuated. Billions of dollars she made selling out the black family. Billions. She can't spend it all. That's how much money she made selling us out. She can't spend it all. The biggest grift in black history, modern black history, was performed by her. You want to see a grifter grifting off the pain of black men and women? Look no further than Oprah Winfrey. How dare she get in front of somebody and try to drop down and come clean on any level? It's unacceptable. Thank you, LD said she was a force at her peak and used it to tear down all black men every chance she got. We will never forget, and you've been on her head. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Shay Sade. How you doing, sweetheart? Thank you, dear Philip. Say, hey, Kay, you know there's been a lot of females crying online recently about breaking their hips and don't want to be strong and independent anymore, any longer. Link. Are you asking if I have a link or want a link? If you have a link to send me, please go ahead and send it in the email. But thank you so much. Thank you, CBP. Said you should read a New York Times article from 1986. And men protested the film to see that they were correct so many years later. It's crazy. Exactly. Thank you, Ruminants. Old sounds like a beaten war criminal. Just saying, just doing my job after being rounded up after the Allies caught her trying to escape the gallows. Exactly. And thank you, Miss 39 Dina. Thank you, Mass Man. Said Michael Jackson only trusted Oprah to do an interview in his home and she did him filthy after this. Exactly. Thank you, Seth Son. What Biden was to the 94 crime bill, Oprah is to the gender war. Precisely. Precisely. Thank you so much, Alpha. A Santoriu said, oh, let me get my plate. The grill is hot today. Cook. It is very hot today for Miss Oprah. Very hot for her. It was on her platform that the gender war was born. The movie Color Purple was so negatively influential to the concepts of who and what black men were that Kevin Samuels actually dubbed it the Color Purple effect. If you think back to the movie, and it's been a long time since I watched The Color Purple. Matter of fact, we gonna do a breakdown of The Color Purple. Y'all want to see a breakdown of The Color Purple? Because I'm supposed to be doing a couple of breakdowns. I still got to do a breakdown of Living Single. So I haven't forgotten, but I need to really get to work because these things take research. And I have not had the time to do that. But The Color Purple, like I said, every single male, every single black man in that movie was problematic. Every last one of them. There was not one single upstanding, righteous, masculine black man in that entire thing. Celie father was molesting them, right? Thank you, Dedrick says she even invested in prisons. Thank you. Thank you, Too Tall said what a disgrace. Exactly. Right? He was abusing his daughters. Mr. was the biggest antagonist in the movie. Extremely abusive and mean. He was everything wrong with a man. Petty, chaotic, abusive, a cheat. Even his father was problematic. He was mean and crap to the point where Celie spit in his drink. You remember that? Harpo was a simp. Okay, he was weak. The preacher, think it was Suge Avery daddy. He was a religious zealot. He was too strict. Even when I forgot who married the little light-skinned guy, he was just nothing. He didn't have nothing to say to nobody. He was weak. There was not a single black man in that movie that was not problematic in one way or another. Not one positive image of one black man in that whole movie. Not one. Thank you, BCM said a trailer for the Color Purple remake just released today. Oprah and Steve Spielberg are attached again. Oh, of course they would be. Even the sons. The sons grew up to be who? Who they grow up to be? Nobody of any import. They didn't focus on any positive roles of black men in their movie. To the point where black women to this day still believe in the tropes concerning black men that was presented in that film. Black women, by and large, believe that all black men fall into one of them categories that was represented in that movie. They either all mister that's gonna abuse you. This is where black women get we can't be submissive. That was the seal of it. We can't be submissive because if you're submissive as a woman, you still gonna get done wrong, which was the dynamic between Celie and Mister. Celie was an excellent wife. She did everything her husband wanted her to do. She came in and she put that house together like she was supposed to as a woman. Took on him with kids that wasn't hers. And what did she get? What kind of thanks did she get? Clumped upside the head. He was whooping her, you know what I'm saying, to a fine sauce. Mean to her, disrespectful to her. He never had a kind word for her. He never treated her well. He cheated on her in the house. Openly loved Suge Avery more than he loved Celie. He never expressed no care or concern or love to Celie. No matter what Celie did. No matter how doting or loyal she was to him. He never had a kind word. He never had a kind gesture to her. That's where they get it from. That's where black women in 2023 get that. That to be submissive is to be a doormat. And every time you're submissive to a black man, he's going to be Mr. to you. He gonna treat you that way. He gonna disrespect you. He gonna run over you. He gonna cheat on you anyway. He gonna beat you. Tell me that's not where they get that. You tell me that's not where they get that. Thank you, John. So that movie is like WW2 Nazi propaganda film. Exactly. It's propaganda. It's definitely propaganda. Thank you, Ty Boxon said Color Purple is the foundation for modern thinking hyena, where the men were no good and the women were saviors. Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Rhythm said that movie was part of the programming. It was a heavy part of the programming. It was heavy programming. It seeped into the subconscious of all the black women after that. From that generation, we was young when that movie came out. When did Color Purple first came out? $1986 was the release date for the Color Purple. I wasn't even 10 years old. I was like 8 years old. Gen X. We was indoctrinated with that movie, y'all. She's all over it. Oprah is all over that movie. She didn't write the book, but she was all over the production of it, bringing that book to a movie form, to the silver screen. Oh, she's all over it. Thank you, dear Phillips at Google. Black women are tired of being strong and independent and watch Please Act Right latest video. I'm writing a white paper on the topic. Feminist is a money scam. Lies are being exposed. Thank you so much, and I'll do that. Thank you so much, dear Phillips. Thank you, Supreme 10 said the key word Oprah said at the end of the video clip is like a lie. Yeah, she's trying to soften the blow. Try to soft shoe. The Color Purple premiered in 1986. I was 8 years old. Watching The Color Purple at like 8, 9, 10 years old. All of Gen X were young girls. We were young. Thank you again, Mr. Rhythm said Oprah was a willing participant. Her open hatred of black men is telling. Exactly. Now you want to come through and talk about how it's like a lie. It's not like a lie. It's a lie. It's not like a lie. It's a lie. The Color Purple is a disgusting depiction of black life. She has been the #1 name in the disparaging of the overall image of black men. It was on Oprah Winfrey's platform that the concept of the down low black man took hold. Do y'all remember that? She had several shows where there were black women who claimed to have been married to black men that they thought were good and that they thought would have been upstanding husbands and fathers, only to find out that not only was he cheating on her, but he was cheating on her with a man. That was happening on Oprah's show to a mostly white female live audience, but it was targeted at the subconscious of black women. Do y'all understand the level of mind screw, the psyop that actually is? Do y'all understand that? I remember those episodes vividly. There's a reason why I remember 30-year-old episodes. Because they went into the subconscious. She ain't never did a black man right. Michael Jackson, while he was alive, trusted Oprah. She was one of the few people in the celebrity, Hollywood, television, entertainment world that he would trust with interviews and so forth, because Michael began to be very closed off because of the way he had been getting treated in the media and the things that was being said about him. So he would offer her interviews exclusive, knowing that it would help make her the notoriety that she would get from being able to be one of a small handful of people that could get close enough to Michael Jackson to interview him and all of that type of stuff. And as soon as that man died, she had all kind of exposés about what was supposedly going on over there in Never Never Land. All kinds of productions. She would be trying to throw shade. When she was interviewing him, he wouldn't let her do it because she was trying to play him like he was stupid. Michael Jackson was far from stupid. Stupid is not one of the things that he was. He was not an unintelligent man. You can't not be intelligent and run the empire that he was running and make the moves that he was making. That's not coming from an unintelligent man. Michael was very intelligent, a very savvy businessman, as well as a uniquely accomplished entertainer. There'll never be another MJ. Ever. MJ was one of a kind. There'll never be another one of him. Thank you, Well B said you are nailing it, Kay. I'm extremely suspicious. Why not keep quiet? What is her motivation for admitting the lie? Because, you know what? Thank you again. Mr. Rhythm says she trashed us black men, but never would talk about her friendship with Gail. Everybody know what it is with Gail. Everybody know what it is with Gail King. Okay? We don't even need to talk about that. That was the price Oprah had to pay. No man, no kids. She will not be able to transfer that wealth to anybody black. She got to get that wealth back. She can enjoy it while she's alive. But she has no heir. She wasn't allowed to groom nobody else. I bet you she was not allowed to marry. Not even for the purpose of progeny and transferring her wealth to family. She can't do that. That's the cost. She did her job well and they paid her for it. But she cannot transfer. That's too much wealth. She cannot give that. She cannot give that to nobody black. She is a single black female billionaire. Do you know she's in the 0.001% of the world? I don't know that there is another black female billionaire in the world. If it is, I don't know her name. She's unique. She had a job to do, and she did it. Right, okay, Rihanna. Rihanna's a billionaire now. Okay, I forgot about Rihanna. So two. Do you know how rare Oprah is? She's a unicorn. No, I think Rihanna did reach billionaire status. From Fenty to Savage to her music career, Rihanna's a billionaire now. Thank you, King Mad Mac. Thank you, Cassie. It says she's worse than the lady you exposed in Tuskegee syphilis experiment. Oprah is number 1. And what's her name? Number 2. Thank you. Thank you again, dear Phillips, that she single-handedly caused a rippling effect that is still present. Feminist author Sue Ellen Browder came clean. Now Oprah telling us what we already know, a day late and a dollar short. Exactly. She can't get that money to us. She got to get that money back to white supremacy, to the institutions. She has to give that money back. All that she don't spend, all that she does not consume, all that she does not give away, she has to give back. Upon Oprah's death, where do you think that money going? You think it's going to the black community? You think it's helping anybody black? No. It's going back. She got nobody to give it to. She done already said how her family abused her and things of that nature. But with that being said, I'm going to go on a commercial break, and then we will be back to finish cooking this and cooking her, because this is unacceptable. So after these messages, we'll be right back. Thank you, William Bell. Thank you so much, sweetheart. you so much, sweetheart. After these messages, we'll be right back.
First, Gamer vs. Gamer does not consider itself a game truck. To clarify, a game truck is one that pulls up to your home, opens its doors, and tells the kids to go play video games. The entire focus of a game truck is on playing video games. That's not what we do at Gamer vs. Gamer. Our entire focus is actually on celebrating your child's birthday. Only 65% of what we do is video game related. The other 35% of our time is spent on a choreographed recognition of your child's special day.
Happy birthday. Wish we were there. Sorry we missed it, but we'll see you soon. Love you.
Which includes singing, eating, special videos, and the opening of gifts. We chose to use video games as a tool to entertain children at the party, not as a substitute for a birthday party. We only advertise as a game truck because that's what the general public associates us as.
Gamer versus gamer.
Gamer versus gamer. We look forward to treating your child like the most important kid in the world on their birthday.
Hi, Gamer versus Gamer. Thank you so much for my birthday party.
Just like it said, the good people at Gamer vs. Gamer is more than a game truck. It is not a game truck. It is an elite service that they offer of making sure that they are able to help you get together and plan an elaborate, unique, and interactive birthday party for your child that is going to be memorable well into their adulthood. Okay? Well into their adulthood. So it's more than just a game truck. This isn't just a venue to sit your children down so they can play the video games that they already own and that you've already bought and paid for in the first place. This is just a way, and it's just one component. The video game and things of that nature is just simply one component of the wonderful features and things that they offer in a child's birthday party. Very elaborate. They're bringing the venue to you. They are also providing the catering and the food, all of the different entertainment that is there. A time setting, the flow of the party is actually planned so that there's time set aside so that the family and friends of the child can actually connect emotionally and really celebrate the real reason why you even hired Gamer versus Gamer to help write a love letter to your child. So it's a complete, elite, all-around service that you're actually paying for, and I guarantee you it's worth every dime. So if you are in the Atlanta metropolitan area, and or you or anyone that you know, and you have children with birthdays coming up, what you want to do is hit the link at the top of the chat, gamerversusgamer.com. Go to their website, take a look at all of the things that they offer, give them a phone call, and you definitely 100% will not be disappointed. Let them help you show your child that they are the most special child in the world. Thank you so much. Go ahead and hit that link once again, gamerversusgamer.com. I owe y'all a bam, 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 bam. You got to hit the like button, bam, bam. You got to because we got 582 wonderful people who've already hit the like button. Let's see if we can get the other 600 people to hit the like button as well. Thank you so very much. Thank you to Renzo said the devil's monopoly money, regardless of what form it come in, is worthless, and it's our fault for thinking it is. The entire system worthless. Exactly. That's facts. Thank you, Norrin. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you for supporting me on my show. Okay. I just wanna thank you for helping me on my show. All right. Thank you so very much, Norrin. You know, I always appreciate your wonderful and unwavering support. Thank you so much, Pharaoh. I remember when Farrakhan told Oprah to guard her mouth. Now she's trying to remove the social error she started in 3 generations ago. You're right about that. Thank you, habitual line steppers. Our Oprah episode that stuck with me was white women getting BBLs and lip injections. It stuck out because my 4th grade teacher showed my class commercials on how they tease, mock black people features before us millennials were born. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And thank you, dear Philip, once again. So I'm not around much. So piling it in on this one episode. Gotta go. Great show. Keep cooking. Thank you so much, sweetheart. I greatly appreciate you as well. Thank you so much, D-Dub. Thank you so much. Thank you, Cartel. Said Oprah Winfrey betrayed Toni Braxton and Monique when they thought they could trust her. Look at where their careers are now because of her. Yeah, she's not trustworthy. She never has been. She never has been. But she did Michael dirty. Did Michael Jackson dirty. Michael trusted her. At post-mortem, the only person that I can say I think was truly Michael's friend while he was alive and didn't betray him after he was gone was Chris Tucker. Chris Tucker seemed like he genuinely loved Michael. And he didn't have no wayward words for Michael after. He didn't like talk greasy about Michael after Michael passed. Thank you, JS. Oprah never presented a positive image of black men in her over 30 years in media. Yet black men are supposed to hold her up as black royalty. She never apologized for the destruction she caused. Facts. Thank you, King. Said Oprah is a far cry from a lioness and opportunist that uses black men's openness with a hatred. Thank you so much. And she can never apologize because she can never reverse it. She can't reverse that damage. That's why she's sitting. So, she chilling now. She chilling. She don't care who know. She done got her little money. So now she can sit up there like a fat rat and say that the things that she allowed to be propagated on her show was like a lie. So like I was saying, Generation X and beyond were tremendously influenced by the ideas presented on her show, through The Color Purple, through The Women of Brewster Place, and all of these different productions that she had her hands in that always portrayed some trauma going on between black men and black women. She never portrayed healthy relationships between black men and black women. Whether we was talking about parent-child or romantic or whatever the case was, we never really saw her speak about or portray positive black female to male interactions. Always some type of trauma. Always some type of abuse. Always some type of foolishness going on. Now, notice that she has never gotten canceled. Oprah don't get canceled. You may have one or two little, dust ups with her name in it or whatever, but Oprah has not been canceled. She ain't been brought up on no charges. It ain't been no big scandals with her where she's lost her wealth or she's lost her empire or anything like that. She's never lost anything big like that. Bill Cosby did. And why am I bringing up Bill Cosby? Because no matter what you believe he did, thought he did, or you believe they said what he did in his private life, he didn't use his public image to discredit or to demean black family image. He actually was trying to uphold it. No matter what he was doing or not doing in his private life, he was using his public influence to portray positive black imagery. Don't matter if you thought he was guilty or you didn't think he was guilty or whatever the case may be. The Cosby Show was a positive portrayal of black family life. A Different World was even a more positive portrayal of young black life. You wanted to be better when you watched those shows. When he was doing Fat Albert was a bunch of poor kids from the projects. And Fat Albert and his crew wasn't going nowhere selling no drugs. Fat Albert and his crew wasn't going around clucking old women in the head and stealing their purse. Fat Albert and crew wasn't going around doing no criminal activity. They worst thing that they did was Fat Albert wanted some treats because he was Fat Albert. Lay some treats on us. That's all he wanted. And they would sit in that junkyard and make them that little music, them little songs. And then songs would be talking about sharing or, how to treat your friends better and things like that. That's what Fat Albert was about. Even Fat Albert's favorite TV show was The Brown Hornet. They was little black boys, and they was good little kids. They were just poor little kids. When he portrayed black family life, he didn't portray them struggling in the projects like the good times. He showed a lawyer and a doctor raising their kids in affluence. That's what he tried to portray. That's what he utilized his platforms for. His name. He put his name on that stuff. When he would do his comedy routines, he was known for not cursing and doing clean jokes. This is Bill Cosby I'm talking about. This was the public image that he made sure to put out. He made sure to put out positive imagery, not only for black men, but for black women too. He didn't put black men on a pedestal and down black women. Claire Huxtable was beautiful and educated and a mother and a wife. She wasn't being a pushover. Heathcliff Huxtable wasn't beating on her. Thank you, HVAC. Said hyenas have dug their assets and insecurities so far down the hole, it's almost impossible to get out. Thanks, Oprah Winfrey. Exactly. Later on in Bill Cosby's life, after he got old, they didn't leave him alone. They got him. And they canceled him. And they put him in jail. And they ruined his reputation. He got out on a technicality. They drugged Felicia Rashad for not turning her back on him. Because she said the man she knew wouldn't have done that. Tried to cancel Felicia again. And remove her as the dean of one of them HBCUs. I forget which one. Because she wouldn't toe the line of the sisterhood. She wouldn't do it. Why am I saying it? Because there's a distinct... See, the reason why you cancel a Bill Cosby and is because of how he portrayed black people. The system will not reward that because that does not serve them. What Oprah did serves them. Creating the atmosphere where the seeds of discontent can be fully expressed. And so now we're still mired in a gender war between black men and black women, battling ideas that she helped put forth. Black women are still laboring under false narratives about who black men are. Thank you, Ruminant said he was destroyed for trying to buy NBC because they knew he would elevate our appearance on a grand scale. He was done up as a warning to us. Exactly. I definitely believe that. Thank you, Original Man said we talked about this with Dennis Sperling the other night. Shout out to Dennis. She built her entire empire on the destruction of the relationship between black men and black women by pushing black feminism, by pushing misandry, by pushing the narrative that black men were nothing. Thank you, Daryl. So the example he portrays is something you teach over and over principles. Thank you. Now she want to come out after saying black men are inept, that they are incapable as men, that they are ineffective as men. Now she want to come out and say that was like a lie. If somebody, she need to be smacked. Somebody just need to smack her glasses straight off her face. She didn't elevate black women unless they were black feminists, pushing a misandrist narrative and line of thought. She didn't help nobody. She helped white women. I don't remember one black man, not one upstanding black man came through Oprah's network. Which black men did she use her platform to help springboard? She helped springboard Dr. Phil. She helped springboard Dr. Oz. She helped springboard a lot of white folk. But which black men did she utilize the enormity of the influence of her platform to springboard? Which black male message did she push forward? Which positive black male message did she put forward? She didn't put Barack forward. Barack is Barack without Oprah. And y'all name it Tyler Perry, but I said positive. Thank you, Original. Said, I believe this is a political agenda because she has close ties to the Democratic Party and trying to get black men to vote Democrat. It could be. Thank you, Daryl. Said, that's blood money and strange fruit. Exactly. Now she wants to come out and say something other than what she has been saying for the past 30, 40 years. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. She want to say that, but what's the influence? What's Oprah's influence level? Who listening to Oprah Winfrey now? Who listening to Oprah Winfrey? What's her influence? What's the power of her name now? What's the level and the power of her influence now? Nothing. Little to nothing. She's not saying this at the height of her power. At the height of her power, she pushed the color purple. At the height of her power, she pushed the women of Brewster Place. At the height of her influence, she talked about down low black men. At the height of her influence, she talked about black male absentee fathers. At the height of her influence, she talked about black men who were not good providers, who were abusive husbands, who were sexual deviants. She talked about black men who were a threat and a predator among black women and children. That's what she said in the height of her power. When she could influence a generation of girls. When she had the power to do that, she talked crazy about black men. And now that she don't have that power, now she just trying to get on the new bandwagon. She grifter. She just trying to get on what's the new bandwagon? Now black men have a voice and they don't need talk shows like they used to need in the 80s and the 90s. Now you got social media accounts. Don't take nothing to open up a YouTube page or a Twitter account or an Instagram account. It don't take nothing to open up a TikTok. You understand what I'm saying? Now black men are able from all walks of life and from every socio-economic position are able to get on social media and talk about their experiences as black men in black society in America. Now they can talk about it. Whether you agree with it, whether you think it's crazy, whether you think it's justified, whatever you think about it is irrelevant to the fact that they're able to do it. And there's not a major network around that's able to stop it because they're not in charge of it. And it make too much money for these social media platforms, so they're not really going to shut it off. Thank you, Original Man, saying death she attacked Kobe and Michael Jackson. Yeah. Thank you again, Pharaoh says too late for her. Lions and Lionesses took her black delegation card. She just did this just so she could get some rest from being guilty. You're trying to ease her conscious. I could get with you on that one. Thank you again. Original Man says she's the forerunner for Malika Andrews and Gayle King and Cynthia G, Sansa Ray, Tanya TKO, and every misandrous black man hating content creator. Yeah, she paved the way for that. Thank you. Roderick said Oprah had a profound effect on baby boomer black women. No Black Manosphere back then. Exactly. And thank you so much. So now she getting back in her old age, trying to get back on the bandwagon. She just trying to jump a bandwagon and act like she agree with what black men are talking about. These old feminists now trying to come back around like they got sense after the complete annihilation of black male imagery and appearance value in the public eye. Thank you, Top Box, and Oprah and Stevie from Django paid to do the work of white supremacy and pay handsomely for it. She's paid handsomely for it. Oprah can't spend all that money. There ain't enough houses and property and cars and businesses to invest in. It's not enough. She can't spend that money. She can't spend it. She can't spend it all. That's how well paid she is. She ain't got nothing else to gain now. Ain't no more money to get. She got all of it that she can get. She old now. She an old woman. And she not even doing half of what Iyanla is doing, because Iyanla changed her tune for the most part. But then Iyanla, regardless of what you think about her, you know, she did do 8 seasons of a show where she was trying to address in a practical way the damage that was done. Because Iyanla used to have smoke for Shahrazad. But she talked more like Shahrazad today than she ever probably would have thought that she would agree with Auntie Shahrazad. She don't talk as rough, but she's saying basically the same thing. Auntie Iyanla try to run her YouTube channel and try to talk to these hyenas. Because she's an older woman now. She auntie. Like, look. You know, I had a lot of things that I was putting forth that wasn't right. Y'all got to back up on some of this stuff. Y'all doing too much. It done went too far. Thank you, G Money. Saying ain't nobody taking you seriously, Oprah. She waited too long to come to her senses. Thank you. And she ain't at her senses. Oprah ain't at no senses. Oprah full well knew what she been doing. Oprah know full well everything she been doing. And now she want to say this when she don't got no more influence. That's a heck of a time to say it now, Oprah, when don't nobody listen to you, when the younger generation don't even hardly know who you are. Generation Z don't have no reverence for Oprah. Who is Oprah to them? Nobody. A old has-been. She ain't nobody. Some 20-some-year-old woman somewhere. Who is Oprah? You got to show her them old VHS cassette quality shows that Oprah was running back when, you know, you had your roller set in the 80s. You got to show her back when Oprah was fat. They don't know who Oprah is no more. Gen Xers know who she is. Boomers know who she is. Older millennials know who she is. These young girls don't know who Oprah is no more. She can't come nowhere and command no audience of the young women. She can't come nowhere and command the attention of young women to steer them in a different direction. They don't care nothing about her. She old. She old and she old news. The Cardi B's and the Meg Thee Stallions and the Real Housewives is the women that got the attention of the young girls now. Oprah can't go nowhere and tell no young Gen Z nothing that she really about to listen to. Nobody wanted to be Oprah. No matter how much money she had, nobody wanted to be Oprah because Oprah was never pretty. That's why black women didn't ever want to be Oprah. They kind of wanted her money, but they never wanted to be her because Oprah was not pretty. Oprah was not glamorous. Oprah was a mammy there to do her mammying job for white supremacy. It was never about her being pretty. No matter how much time she tried to lose weight, no matter how she glammed up, all them billions of dollars couldn't make Oprah pretty. So black women didn't want to be her. It wasn't about being her. They just needed to listen to her. That's all. They didn't need to mimic her. They just needed to listen to her. That she was very effective. Thank you, Pharaoh. Said, I wish I was out. Ali had a podcast. Black men would love it. Yeah. Thank you, HVAC. Said now that the social contract is definitely broken because of Oprah Winfrey, where are the hyenas going to run to now after being lied to about black men? They know it's at the end. I'm going to tell you why they're allowing people like Oprah to come out and say that it was all a lie and it was all a dream. Used to read Straight Up magazine, okay? Why they let that Sue Ellen Browder white lady come out and talk about how feminism was a lie. The reason that they're doing that now is because for all intents and purposes, they have checked the black people are extinct box. They've checked that box. We're gone. According to them, we will never be able to recuperate or turn it around. So now they can tell us flat to our faces that feminism was a lie. And all of the things that they led us to believe about black men and who they were and what they told us black women were and all this kind of stuff was all a lie. Now they can come out and say that to your face and smile in your face after they say it to you because you're gasping your last air. That's just like in the movies, the supervillain start monologuing when they think they got the protagonist down and out and they finna die and they think they finna win. So then the supervillain start monologuing and talking about and unveiling his plan and how all of it is step by step, how he had it all planned out to get to this point, and this is why he won, and this is why you lost. See, this is what they doing. They the supervillain is monologuing now. Now they monologue into the black community. They monologue into black women. See how we lied to y'all? We told y'all that black men was this and that and the third. We told y'all that y'all could have it all as women. You could be strong and independent and masculine and still get these wonderful men. And we told you that you could divest. And we told you to see that now they can just sit there and lie. Or not lie, they can just sit there and tell you the truth now. They done lied all them years they lied. 60, 70 years they done been lying to your face. And now that you taking your last breath, now they can sit there and gloat and smoke a cigarette and tell about all the lies that they told you. That's got you in a position that you're in right now. Now they can sit down and, I knew you was gonna end up like this. See that last breath you're taking? We lied to you to get you to this point. Remember we told you can be strong and independent and still have your men? We lied. We lied about that. We knew you'd be alone and masculine and miserable. We knew that you would lead the charge in both single motherhood and abortions. We knew. Why do you think we put all the Planned Parenthoods in the black neighborhood? I mean, think about it. Yep. Sent all the men to jail. 94 crime bill, anybody? And you liked Bill Clinton. You liked him because he played the saxophone. Oh, it was too easy. Yeah. And you voted in Biden. He wrote that bill. Yep. Oh, it's beautiful when you step back and look at it. But you'll never be able to enjoy it because you're dying, aren't you, black community? That's what it is. Thank you again, JS. Oprah is the origin point of the I don't need no man, body positivity, boss chick culture that has made them unqualified as wife material. The original Lizzo, mammy mascot, anti-Claire Huxtable. Exactly. She's a mammy. Thank you, Miss Lou Casey said exactly. Now they are moving on to the next group of people to destroy. The Latinos. Yeah. Y'all, see, I'm going to tell Latinos, especially Afro-Latinos. I'm going to tell y'all something. Thank you, original man said black women are in debt. Single parents and the most evicted, and black men got their passports. The damage is done. It is. Thank you, G Money said the whole time she kept Stedman hanging around. Stedman was living his best life. Trust and believe. Stedman wasn't waiting on her. He know what it is. He was enjoying that money and going around to women that wanted him. I'm gonna tell y'all something. The Afro-Latinos. I need y'all to listen up. Listen up, Afro-Latinas and Latinos. Your white brethren is being offered whiteness and they taking it. It doesn't matter if you share culture. It doesn't matter if you share language. It doesn't matter if you share all of these different things that you share with your white Latino and white Latina counterparts. White supremacy, the institution, white people are offering them whiteness as a social status, and they are taking it. Okay? They got y'all to lump in with us and say black and brown people. You're the brown people. Your white counterparts are not. Okay? They are taking a whiteness that you cannot take, even though you share culture with them. They don't care. They're going to take whiteness because it's easier to deal with in this country. Got to be white in this country, okay? You are the brown people. When they said black and brown, you got to have black and brown people. It was a reason why they was lumping y'all with us. Because you're melanated. Okay? You're melanated. The fact that you speak Spanish. Okay? The fact that you have a different culture and you were raised differently and things that don't matter now. That doesn't matter now. Y'all are Niggers with the hard ER on it now. Okay? Understand that. Y'all are Niggers now. Far as white supremacy is concerned, we're extinct. And y'all are going to replace us as the new slave class. Do you understand? And I'm not saying this, I'm not being funny. I'm not being racist. I'm not being color. I'm not being none of that. listen to me. Okay? I'm not being funny with y'all. Y'all the new ninjas. Okay? And they're gonna use y'all to help push us out. And they're gonna say that Hispanics and Latinos can be ingratiated into whiteness, but not the Afro ones, not the melanated ones, just the white ones. And they're gonna separate themselves from y'all. They're gonna act like they never ate paella with y'all. They gonna act like they never ate paellas with y'all. They gonna act like they never ate empanadas with y'all. They gonna act like they don't speak that same language. They gonna act like they didn't come from the DR, the same part of the DR you came from. They gonna play like they don't know who you are. All right? So y'all need to be vigilant and aware. They're going to do to y'all what they've done to us. They're going to infect y'all with this feminism stuff, undermine your culture, undermine you biologically, and then use the environment against you to enforce it. That is the playbook. It does not change. The playbook does not change. The players change. The rule book do not. Okay? They not trying to help y'all with the immigration and stuff. They are not trying to help y'all. They are bringing in the new slave class to replace us. This is why they allow illegal immigration to begin with, to create a new class to replace us. You will be slaves. They're not going to hardly pay you nothing or none of that. They're going to treat you crazy. They're going to treat you bad. They're going to talk crazy. And you're going to look to the other Latinos and Latinas for support, and they're not going to do it because they are white by social construct. Okay? I'm not talking about what's going to happen. I'm talking about what's happening today. Do not allow the disease of feminism to take hold on y'all like it did us. Okay? So I hope didn't nobody get offended by that. I'm not trying to, be funny with Afro-Latinos. I'm not trying to be funny about that. This is real. This is real stuff I'm talking about. This is real, that they're going to start telling Afro-Latino women that they don't need their men. They're going to start telling y'all that and all of that. The white ones is white. Nick Fuentes. Do you understand? He is done took his white card so seriously. He done became a white supremacist. You understand that? They white. The white ones is white. And they gonna act white. And they gonna treat you like they white. And you not. And it's not gonna matter that they abuela is married to your abuelo. It's not gonna matter. Thank you. Cleveland said I'm late. What did Oprah say? Somebody catch him up. Actual movement, thank you so much. That coming clean on a lie told is a supplanter's moral victory tactic. Coming clean on the purpose and gains made on a lie is start to the reparative process. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dallas Actor said the color purpling of the black family is real. KS said it exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you, Seven Samples at Oprah, the original Sith Lord. Mm-hmm. Thank you, HVAC. So only now at the end do you understand. Emperor Palpatine. Exactly. See how he got the monologuing when he thought all was lost and he had won? Mm-hmm. So I hope that my Afro-Latino and Latina brothers and sisters understand what I'm saying. Thank you, Miss Jordan. Hope y'all understand what I'm talking about. You do the same thing to see that. See, we didn't take a good enough lesson from the natives. So they did the same thing to the natives, the one that live on the reservations now. See, we didn't take a good look at them. See, now we are on our deathbed, and now they come for y'all. They're gonna keep doing it. A colonizer gonna colonize. You understand? A colonizer gonna colonize. Okay? And I'm talking about the white and Afro, not only from the DR and from Puerto Rico, and I'm talking about from Brazil, Portugal, all over South America, Chile, Peru. I'm talking about all through Central America. Because melanated is everywhere. And they separating. All that, the Caribbean, all that. They doing all of that everywhere. Everywhere. So it don't matter that you are from Brazil. And the ones that have fairer skin also from Brazil. And y'all speak Portuguese. And y'all have the same culture, and it don't matter. When you get to America, the fairer skin one is gonna be white, and you gonna be a Nigger that speak Portuguese. You just exotic. That's all. You just speak Portuguese, and some of you speak Spanish, and some of you speak a little French. That's all. You just exotic. Thank you, Welt said this is all facts. Kay is a half African American, half Afro-Latino who lives in both cultures. This is real talk. I have been saying the same thing for years. Yeah. Yep. See, the only difference between y'all and us as Black Americans is culture. That's the only. See, they try to tell y'all it was a biological difference between y'all and us. No, it's not. It's a cultural difference. Because you can't really tell us apart. You can't tell me apart from a Afro-Latina till we start talking. Right? All of them, from the Guatemalans to the Venezuelans. All over. All over. We all over. Melanin is all over everywhere. We black everywhere. We black everywhere. The Olmec heads is black. Them big noses and big lips, this was black. The Aztecs and the Incans and the Mayans, okay, what this is melanated. They try to convince us we got a biological difference. No, we don't. We got a cultural difference. We just from different parts of the world. That's all. Thank you again, Well Beats and Facts. More Africans we take it to Hispaniola, PR, and Cuba than the whole U.S. Yeah, thank you, Cassie. Said they about to find out how they will identify as black people now. Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get on out of here. But we needed to have this talk. Miss Oprah is out of pocket as she usually is. Go to crimsoncure.com, pick up your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine. All right. We gotta get started ASAP, like yesterday. So go to crimsoncure.com. Get your copy of the physical book. If you want the digital book, it is on sale on Amazon. Both of those links are in the description box as well. I want to thank everyone for their very generous contributions. It was very awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. Let's see if I got any cash apps. Let's see who I got. Thank you, Andre, Bill, Simon, Mogul, Joseph, Cletus, Jaren, MLR. Thank you so very much for all of you guys' contribution. I greatly appreciate it. And with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. But before I do, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm the Crimson Cure. And this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.